What's up, guys? My name is Drew, and today I'm going to be talking about the new trailer and information that we received on the Final Fantasy VII Remake at the PlayStation Experience event last weekend. Now, the development of this game is going in a couple of directions that you may either love or hate, but the first thing that I want to talk about is the visuals. No matter if you hate any direction that the development is going in, the visuals of this game are going to be incredible. Now, Final Fantasy has always been known for having beautiful visuals, but this generation is really taking them to that next level that we have all wanted to see for a long time, where the line between gameplay visuals and pre-rendered cutscenes is almost indistinguishable. Now, it was announced that this remake is being developed in Epic Games' Unreal Engine 4 rather than the Square Enix in-house Luminous engine. Keeping that in mind, the remake's visuals are looking really good, and it's only in early development, so I can't wait to see what the final product will look like. Alright, moving on to the battle system. Now, I know it's been a source of a lot of controversy for the die-hard fans of Final Fantasy VII, but the battle system is now leaning very heavily towards the Kingdom Hearts style of gameplay. Personally, I really love Kingdom Hearts and its battle system, and I have no problem with the gameplay being like this. But a lot of people were really hoping that the dev team would stay true to Final Fantasy VII's original ATB system, and this has caused a lot of people to think that the battle system has been ruined because it doesn't stay true to the original game. But for me, I just look at the direction that they are going with the game. As a whole, they have seemingly made the game much more realistic and plausible, such as adding highways that connect major cities in the game and that run through Midgar. You don't really ever see any highways throughout the original game, and definitely not on the world map, excusing the one we see in the motorcycle minigame sequence. Getting back to the gameplay, in the original game, you had random encounters, so you would walk a certain number of steps, and the game would break into a battle sequence. But in a game like Kingdom Hearts, you see an enemy and you can just jump right into battle and defeat the enemies in the area in real time. Think of it as being in the game, and you're running along as Cloud and you see a Shinra infantryman. He notices you and starts to shoot, and when you run up to him, you can immediately fight him. If the battle system had stayed the same as the original, you wouldn't see any enemies. The game would just randomly halt your progress and throw you into a battle sequence, taking a lot of the life out of the game, and it would be much less of a human experience and more of an algorithmic experience. Even if you could see the enemies as you approach them, it would break into an ATP battle. It still has to halt you and doesn't flow as well as something like the Kingdom Hearts system. The thing is, the more graphics and visuals in games advance, the less a random encounter or turn-based system in a game seems to work, especially with such a realistic looking game as this. It would take you away from the game world just to battle, and that's kind of why I think the developers may have chosen to go with a much more seamless type of battle system. Now, even with this type of gameplay, there's still plenty of room to easily include the limit and materia systems, and I think that they could work really well. On the other hand, if the dev team changes up the materia system way too much, or just makes it shitty, I might actually get a little angry because that is one of the best mechanics in the entire original game. The next big piece of information we got about this game is that it's going to be a multi-part series, and each part is going to provide a unique experience. We didn't really get any details on this, but a lot of people seem to be speculating that they are going in more of a Telltale Games route and making it episodic, but I don't know how exactly that would work. Maybe they could break it up into like the 3 discs or something and add a lot more detail to each part. There really is no telling what Square Enix is planning with this, but I really don't like the idea of it being episodic. I would rather it just be one big game. Maybe this unique experience that each part will offer could change up the gameplay somehow, like maybe the battle system will change and switch to a more ATB-centered style. You never really know, but it's Square Enix. Square Enix always fucks with people like this. Either way, I really think we as fans need to be a lot more open-minded about this remake. I mean, it is called a remake. which means the game in its entirety is subject to change, including the story. They aren't trying to just recreate the original as a much prettier mirror image. They are making the game a whole new experience to enjoy. Just keep that in mind. Anyway guys, be sure to tell me in the comments what you think about all this. Do you love where the battle system is going, or do you hate it? And how do you guys feel about this multi-part series thing? Also, what are your favorite things or things that you dislike the most about the original game that you would like to see kept or removed from this remake? Also, be sure to click that subscribe button. We try our best to put out at least one video a week.